Hi, welcome to the reading. Welcome back. Or welcome if you're new. Welcome to the channel. Um, I love that you're here. We're gonna do a reading about what you're ready to hear right now. I chose already the groups, or the deck chose the groups. I don't know. I shuffled them and the cards came out. So I have three groups today, like most of the time. And like always, you can choose with your intuition which groups resonate the most for you or group. I was talking to a friend today, and she told me that she had a hard time sometimes choosing if they're the group, like which one do you choose. So if you're having a hard time with that too, I just want to say that just choose if you feel pulled towards something. And if you don't feel any pull or you don't feel anything, look into which card attracts you the most, that's the pull, or like is the nicest card that you get the nicest feeling with. And if you don't have that with any of the cards, that's also okay. That's fine. You can choose also other videos, other readers. Just choose really what resonates with your story. That's the most important. So, no matter what I say, always choose with your intuition if you feel resonated with it. Because I can tell you a story, but if it doesn't resonate with you, you maybe will follow advice that was not fitted for your vibration or story. So really don't worry if none of the paths resonates, just pick another video. That's just what I wanted to say. So for the groups of today, I have these three cards. So you can choose with your intuition which group you feel resonated the most, and just really trust on that gut instinct you got, because everyone got a gut instinct, and trust on it because it's very strong actually. You choose a lot of things in your life unknowingly with your gut. So follow it, and you will find me at the timestamp in the description for your reading if you choose one of these three piles. Groups, I mean. So I will start with group number one. I have the Fool. And for group number one, we're going to see what are you ready to hear right now. So with the Fool card is all about jumping into something new. It is about taking a leap of faith, spontaneity, also a sense of innocence, and being unknowing, because the Fool doesn't know which story it's actually starting, because the Fool is the starter of the full story of the tarot. The tarot is a story. It is divided into the major and the small arcana, and the major arcana tells you the most, the chapters of the story. That's what it feels like for me. And the Fool starts this by going on an adventure alone with maybe a small mate, or someone that encourages the taking the leap of faith. But there is a sense of taking all your small belongings with you, so not too much of the past, but taking things you learned, and then unknowingly jumping into a new adventure. And it falls. So, with that jumping into a new adventure, there is something that you need to let go of, because you jump with only a small bag that you took with you. You leave a lot of things behind, and this may feel very hard, but jumping into this adventure will be such a big thing in your life, and that is what you're ready to hear right now. This taking a leap unknowingly is really important for the full-on story that you're going to experience. If you would know what you would start right now, maybe you would have never done it, or you would never go into this adventure that is meant to be yours. Let's see. Postponement. The universe wants to tell you that right now there is a postponement of this jumping and taking a leap of faith. I think it's connected. This is just my feeling with uncertainty and faith, because it is hard to trust that you won't fall. Well, you will fall, but won't like hurt. Yeah. We see understanding as this card. When you've lived in a box for so long, like this bird has lived in a cage, it has grown up in a cage. I see this full on story, so it is just my imagination. But this bird lived in this cage and is born in this cage. When you have a pet, it's also born in a certain household. When it's time for the bird to fly off into freedom, there's also a sense of scarcity because you will jump into a big pool of energy that you are not ready for in your eyes. You are not ready to brace yourself for the things that will be happening outside of the cage. And this could mean for the bird that the bird will stay in the cage, that you will stay locked in a certain pattern or a certain cage, like a mind cage. When I see the postponement, there is a postponement because your life right now, the surroundings of this view that this person is making, is gray. So in this cage, you are in your core unhappy. And you try to make it better by adjusting your point of view on the situation. You try to bring color into the situation, color into your life. And that works for a short time, because this person does get some color here, if you see it in the picture, but it is still gray. So the overall feeling will be like the energy of a caged person. Yeah, I'm seeing fighting. And fighting, this person is braced. If you see this person is braced, like they have a lot of armor on to protect themselves for everything that will happen outside of the cage. But with the clouds, you see the actual fighting. The fighting is not happening in the real life of this person. The fighting is going on inside the mind space, inside the clouds. So the real struggle is inside your head. And I mean it in a way of taking the leap of faith will not bring you all the problems that you think of right now, because you're fighting against forces that are not yet here. And that is a trick of the mind for us to fear change. And it's a logical reaction. It's normal because I have it all the time too. But it's good to realize with a reading like this to see that that taking a leap of faith is scary, and is also the beginning of something big in your life. So also seeing the benefits that you could reap from this leap of faith. I see maturity and letting go together. So the color is created by letting go, and it's making you more mature. The Fool is in the first place not really mature, and then when it jumps into the story, it ends with the world and knowing the world, a lot of knowledge, and there has been a full-on transition to that card. So it feels like by letting go of the control and letting go of the unknowing vibe, like not knowing what will happen outside of the cage, and seeing your situation for what it actually is. Because the postponement is also because you try to make the situation that is gray good in your mind, while you're actually getting grayer and grayer. It's like bad for your health in a way where you're in which situation you're in. Being in that cage, you're not meant to be caged because you're a free spirit and you need to get out of the cage almost. We get together also, inner voice and beyond illusion. Your inner voice is calling you to jump and take a leap of faith. And the transformation will beyond illusion. That is what you're getting. These cards that I get from this reading and the insight that I get in my mind is also very strong. So if you feel resonated with this reading, it is a very strong message instead of other videos that I maybe made. And the core thing for you to understand is that being in the cage that you're in right now is not as good as it seems. And taking the leap of faith is not so scary as it seems. You also get schizophrenia. It is also jumping from one place to another, and it's almost scary, like the places will pull apart while you're transitioning. That's the fear that I get from looking at this card. Yeah. Oh. I was asking if there was more information and it fell and there's no thingness. The last thing I just said is exactly the message that you're ready and meant to hear right now. So group number 1, this is a good message because you don't know what you will jump into, but I know it will be a big, big part of your life, a big adventure, and it's not as scary as it seems. Just think of the times like when you, for instance, when you were a child, jumped off like a plank so you can jump into water, you know what I mean? Like that feeling of like scary, it's really high. And then like doing it and the rush of doing it and wanting to do it again because it was such a thrill, like that. So, group number 1, it was a lovely reading with you today. I hope you resonated with it and it did something for you. Have a lovely day ahead of you and enjoy it for the most that you can. And tomorrow will be another day. Okay, bye. Until the next one. I will go into group number 2. So welcome group number 2. You chose the 10 of Cups. So let's see what you're ready to hear right now. The 10 of Cups is about emotional fulfillment. You see a family in this card. Yeah, maybe going on vacation or some freedom, free time. And a rainbow, it is like happiness. Fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. A 10 is a completion. What are you ready to hear right now? Group number 2. Let's see what the cards. Group number 1 was also a beautiful reading. It was a very strong message. So I'm curious what this today will be for you. We have maturity. I feel like there is a big step that you take, which gives you a big emotional maturity. Totality we get even. If you see these cards together, it looks beautiful. There is a lot of color because we see the rainbow. Maturity and the trust. You had some faith and that gave you totality because you could trust that it will be okay. And there is a big maturity that you gained by doing this. And it's almost like it's the other way around. Like you went into totality. So total trust, total faith. Because it is jumping to another. It seems like if you're coming from group number 1, it could be like this is the next message you get. And then there's maturity, a lot of color, a colorful mind, a flower mind. So there's a lot of transitions going on inside your head. And it gives you emotional fulfillment. So it's like emotional stability is gained from the faith that you had in the situation. Wow, I get very powerful cards for you. Okay, first I get the Master, which is your internal light, your sense of purpose, creating things. The creator, yes. Then we get existence, which is a form of consciousness, maybe doing a wish upon a star and creating that in your life. Then we get the flower, or the flowering. Yes, the flowering. So there is a sense of the creation of this going on. So it's a flame that starts because you have a desire, a want inside of you, a purpose feeling. Then you get the existence, doing a wish, having consciousness about what you want to create and to bring into the world. Then you get the flowering, the process of the unfolding of the universe by you having faith in the situation turning into what you needed to. And underneath the flower was laziness. I see this laziness card as a very good way of manifesting, actually, because it's strategic. It's breaking the mirrors down, and it's having the trust that the work that you did will be flowering. It will flourish, and it will flourish also in your mind. It will transition your way of viewing the world, of viewing the situation that you're in, viewing what you have been through or what you will go through. Slowing down and completion. There's a sense of rest. It's almost after you marry and go on a honeymoon, the honeymoon phase. You had such a big thing happening, and right now is the phase that you can slow down and trust that everything after this will unfold. Like in a marriage, having faith that the marriage will hold on and get through, or keep going, keep getting through. That trust. We are the world. There's a sense of trust that there will be people that will help you. We are together. You're not alone in the situation that you're in, and the unfolding of your manifestation will come to fruition. A new vision. I really feel like a new sense of view on the situation or the world. You have a deep consciousness, and there's no more of comparing. Or you realize that you were comparing yourself to something that is not in any way the same or capable of the same as you are, because it's two full different sources or meanings of, because it's bamboo and an oak tree or something. The bamboo needs to be more flexible and is strong in the flexibility, and the tree, the oak tree, is very strong in being very rooted and grounded, and it is not meant to be very flexible because it's a strong tree, and that is a really different function. So you're realizing this. There's just a big transition of knowing that what you wished upon or what you trust and had faith into, that will flourish into the 10 of Cups. Like you're in a honeymoon phase, relax, and everything will unfold in front of your eyes. Consciousness. You have a very high consciousness. Yes. Get really a sense of rest from this group. Trust and rest. Yeah, I get the card joy also. The message is also just to enjoy this time of your life. Enjoy the faith, the knowing, and that everything is unfolding right in front of you. And this is also a sign that it is. So if you did a wish and it resonates for you, this is also a sign for you that everything is unfolding right when it needs to happen. And it will bring you, or is already for you now, the Ten of Cups. So that's a great message. I love this message. Very strong message too, like group number 1. So a good reading, group number 2. I hope it resonated for you, and I hope you could gain some insight or some confirmation, I think, for you mostly from this reading. And I hope you have a lovely day, and maybe I will see you in a next reading, or else just have a good life. Okay, bye. I will go into group number 3. Group number 3, you chose the 4 of Swords. Let's see what the message will be for you today. What are you ready to hear right now? The 4 of Swords is a period of rest after a rough ride, actually. And this is also a transition to a higher knowledge, actually. If you go through life with a lot of hard things that happen to you, it is pushing you into getting consciousness back. Because you already had it, but it is realizing this. Yes, I see you being very exhausted right now, or have been very exhausted. You get an exhausted card, and you get also with this card, experience. You have experienced a lot of exhaustion, and right now is a period of rest. It is almost like this is a coffin of a warrior with a sword on his chest. Like they fought a hard battle, and right now is a time for rest. You see, sleep. He's holding his hands together also like this. And there's a big internal peace that is coming from the exhaustion and then having the peace. Suppression. There has been a lot of hard things going on. What are you ready to hear right now? Group number 3. Ripeness. It's ready to reap the rewards of your exhaustion and your hard work. Maturity. You're also reaching maturity. It's like intense, but actually in every group we get maturity that you're gaining or something. There's a big insight gained from the situation that everyone that chose one of these groups is in. There's also a sense of financial gain, financial stability. This is a time of being receptive to schizophrenic feelings. So really take the rest. That is really meant for you to hear right now. You're receptive for going into all different kinds of places in your mind. Your mind can be a rough place, let me tell you. You already know, but we can choose in a certain sense of where we direct our awareness to go. And for you right now to direct your awareness and your mental health also is to go into the rest period. Give yourself the rest. Even though you feel like you did not do anything to be exhausted, for everyone that is exhausted, you are exhausted. You don't need a reason to be exhausted. Everyone in this life experiences everything, and it's all relative. So there could be someone that works 7 days a week and is not that exhausted, but someone that needs to do work for 1 hour a week, like the both big space side to side, like 1 hour a week could be really, really draining for someone. And what we how we go upon conversations sometimes is about our own point of view on the situation. So the person of 7 days a week work thinks that the work that they do 7 days a week is maybe hard, but not they won't die from it, like exhaustion, the dying of the exhaustion. But they can't put themselves into the shoes of the person that gets very tired after 1 hour of work in the week. It's all relative. So if you have people around you that make you feel, or your own point of view about what others can take and what you can take, that your exhaustion is not relative, or that you're not allowed or entitled to be exhausted, I'm here also for you to get you back into the mind space of relativity, so that it could be different for everyone. So if you're exhausted, you are allowed to rest, no matter the situation. And that is very important for you right now. Slowing down, I get this card also. Slowing down. There is no harm in slowing down. Everyone goes upon this life differently, and everyone gets different results. And all the feelings that we actually have are relative to what you've experienced also. What is group number 3 ready to hear? I just wanted to take that out of your head, because sometimes we think we are not deserving of feeling some type of way if this is not fitted to your story. But I just know from my own experience that I was struggling with that, like thinking I shouldn't have such a hard time with a certain topic because other people could take way much more. But for me, that topic was really hard to handle, and other things in my life I was very good at. So it's also the places. For some people, some things are harder than others will expect, but that doesn't mean that your experience of it is irrelevant or something. Be compassionate with yourself, even though others around you may not be able to do that. Be compassionate with yourself. Self-love is very important. Past lives. There may be some things that you're getting through, or also having the burden of on your shoulders from your past lives that you don't even notice. That is making everything even harder unknowingly. Projections. Yeah, there are more layers to this thing than you think. And that is deceptive to your mindset or thinking about it. Well, take it moment to moment. That is the advice. For you, group number 3, it's like being very compassionate with yourself, having a lot of self-love, and rely on your own way of life. Not everyone experiences the same. Not everyone will understand each other, but we can help each other. And I try to do that to you right now. But take it moment to moment, one step. There is a person that made a song. I don't know her name. Aurora, yes. She made a short, and it was such impressive to me. I want to bring this over to a lot of people. Like, she told me, sometimes doing humanity is hard. Being a human, being inside a human body can be hard also. So if you get through the day, you did humanity. That's the only thing you actually need to do today, surviving the day. If you end up in your bed today, so taking one step at a time, then you did already do a lot of work. Celebrate that. Celebrate getting through one day. Sometimes looking at all the possibilities and all the stones that are on your road will drain you and deplete you of the energy to jump on the stones. So for some people that are big on the consciousness, because I also get the consciousness card, maybe you are very into the conscious mind of what consciousness can be. And it will deplete you of energy because you can see a lot of things, because you're in a bigger pool of consciousness than normal people will be that live in one body and are just really focusing on living the life that they live. That can be a much different experience. So try to focus on living one step at a time. Take it one step at a time and just see where you will end up. And I hear again and again, be compassionate with yourself. Take the rest that you need. If you need rest, take rest. You are deserving of rest and you are allowed to be exhausted. And by going through this, you actually help the world, because there's a lot of people that repress some feelings. And it could be that you're receptive to this and that you will end up also dealing with these things or dealing with the past lives that you already had. So just be very conscious of that there may be a lot more things in this dimension or these layers of the situation than you think. And that is absolutely okay. So, group number 3, this was your reading. I hope it helped you, and I hope I could take you out of a rut that you may be in or was in. And yeah, that was it for today. I hope you liked the video. I hope I see you in the next video, or else have a very good day and life ahead of you. Okay, bye.